Who is America? Who is America?
I haven't got the foggiest clue.
Who is America?
Well, I have, but I don't think the America we're seeing in this series is the whole of America.
Well, no, nothing you see of anything would be the whole of a country.
No.
We can find extremists everywhere, can't we?
Yes.
In every corner of the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty safe bet in a population of how many people are in America? Is it something like stupid, like 167 million or thereabouts?
Tell us below.
So Who is America episode 4? I was reminded as it started, I really do like the montage at the beginning, not just the clips of Trump and the other presidents and the contrast of Trump with the other presidents, but all of the very creatively edited. So a big shout out to the editor of the show, who does these lovely little creative bursts, very MTV style.
I like the really bright colours and stuff. Yeah, it's very MTV.
And I like the use of graphics, that sort of...
Do you like the use of graphics, love?
Yeah, no, it's very arresting. You know, the way they hammer
the...
What
do the graphics do for you?
Yeah, well,
They get you going?
Yeah, it sets its stall out.
It's a bit of graphics.
Sets its stall out. It's clearly trying to get your attention. And so I have to confess that we started with our lovely Israeli terrorist expert.
It's quite funny, wasn't it? In the office, trying to keep people...
In the office, yeah. And I don't know whether it suffered because... Once you've had a guy running around with his butt out saying, I will, God save America, I will make sure you're not gay, you will not make me gay and all this.
He's peaked, do you think?
Well, you don't get much better than a guy getting his arse out and running around,
running at you. The snake
you.
charmer was pretty up there.
So they had to basically, what would happen if terrorists attacked you in the workplace? So one was a wondrous... device of having prosthetic arms that weren't really even prosthetic arms, they just looked like really short arms. And then at the point that the terrorists came in the room, they'd pull a gun and he'd
it was funny, all the stuff he got to put on their head.
He got all the folders sellotaped to their heads so that they were kind of in camouflage.
Little index cards.
Yeah, camouflaged by office paraphernalia.
But you did
and there was the moment, where they said turn, like in The Office, the sitcom, where you have those boarded little areas where people have their little empires. I've worked in those offices open plan offices where people are like, this is my area, this is my desk, this is my area. Don't impinge. So he said to them, turn it into a mosque with a lisp. And
but I was struck, didn't I? I mean, I actually said to you, crikey, are these people actually all right in the head?
Well, they're not when you look at them closely in the eyes, are they?
Because you think, how can you possibly...
Stupid. There's no two ways about it, they're stupid.
They are thick.
I mean, we can sit here and think... And this is one of the problems, I think, where you keep lampooning people, is it's not actually about their values. They're just stupid. I mean, really stupid. Just click that. I mean, really stupid.
Okay, so moving on.
But no, hang on. But what I thought was kind of clear. You felt what he was going for at the end, and then at the end he gave an acronym: Hide, Infiltrate, Violence, HIV. And you've got to be positive about that. So will you spread my HIV positive?
Oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah, and they were like saying, yes, I think I may have to. So once we'd had that, we moved on to Heal the Divide, which was our resident hippie. And I thought this was the one episode in the whole programme that really didn't work, where he sat with a guy who clearly was sort of conservative, as they all are, and was anti-teaching sex education for children, and a sort of hippie chap.
And anti-pornography.
Anti-pornography. There's a very funny line going into it where he says the world's most dangerous chemical is testosterone. I thought that was quite funny. But anyway, so I thought Ali G playing with the word pedophiles.
I didn't like it.
I didn't think it worked.
Honestly, for me, it wasn't clever and it didn't make me laugh.
Well, and I hate to say
I was very uncomfortable with it, actually, because the man wasn't stupid.
No.
And he did keep asking him, can you please stop calling me a pedophile? Yeah. Can you please not include me in any of your books? I will sue you. So for me, he should have been a contributor that made the cutting room floor, really.
Well, and that was my worry. I wondered whether they're holding back. This is that baggy point in any series. I've been in these situations before where you have an 8-part or a 6-part series. You put your best, you put your best stuff in the first 2 episodes, 3 episodes up front because you want to get everyone in. You know you've got to have a few baggy episodes, so you let a bit of stuff go, and you're saving your best last. Because where Sarah Palin still hasn't come, so I know there's good stuff coming, and I wonder if they're holding it back.
You've got to be careful they don't lose people. Though,
well, yeah, there is that, and so I thought with this, but also with this section, I actually wasn't alienated by the guy. I thought the guy was reasonable in his boundaries.
No, I thought he was too reasonable. He
was reasonable. He just didn't want to go there. He didn't want to go there, so that was fine. So that was the end of part 1. Then part 2...
And because of that, actually the person that looked stupid was Sacha Baron-Cohen.
Well, yeah, and I just...
It didn't work.
I mean, it was cringy as well.
It was just a joke that fell flat.
But I was getting your thing where I just wanted to look away because it was just inappropriate. And it was just like, actually, this is just horrendous. And I'm not a prude at all. Part 2.
Buying a yacht.
Started with the Italian... I don't know if he's Italian, but the weird sort of photographer chap.
Yeah,
whatever he is. And he's buying a yacht for Assad.
Yeah.
And... I thought
it's just a catalogue of hilarious propositions to a man that basically, if the price is right, he can do anything. So he says anti-missile aircraft, anti-aircraft missile. Yep, sure, you can do that.
Because Sacha Baron-Cohen is... I'm going to have to get a charger. But Sacha Baron-Cohen is suggesting...
Just recharge.
All of these awful kind of militarised sort of accessories that he'd like to put on his yacht. This guy just says yes to everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he has this fragrant, let's say. He's just plugging the phone in if you wonder what he's doing because we haven't got enough battery. He has this fragrant, beautiful Italian assistant who he says to her at one point, oh, good in Italian, go off and get something. Anyway, she comes back with a lovely snuggly blanket. He says in Italian, oh, am I cold? He's still carrying on the discussion with the yacht salesman. And then she proceeds to masturbate him.
Yes.
Then she goes...
Yes. And the guy who's selling them the yacht and promising them all these sort of accessories... Doesn't flinch.
Well, there's 1 second when his eye goes down, but then they continue to have the whole conversation.
But what did you think of that? Did you like that? Did you think that was funny?
I thought it was... I didn't want to see her really doing it. I felt awkward with that. But I thought it was funny the way he just continued on with the sale.
I thought it was too painful to watch.
I think I probably would have done. I don't know if I'd have been able to get up and walk out.
Well, I don't know if I was thinking if I saw that happening... Well,
no, that's not true.
I would have to say something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
otherwise...
I don't know, I might be so embarrassed.
Where are your boundaries?
Stiff upper lip.
Well, stiff something.
Yeah, so we liked that.
Well, I didn't. I didn't like that bit at all. I found it went too far. It was too cringeworthy. And
it went a bit... I think we should...
And I thought, actually, using her like that, in the end, I just found it...
Moving on.
And then... Do you need to take that?
No.
And then we went on to this odd character who's a YouTube sensation called OMG Whizboy. And they had another sort of venerable member of American sort of, former leadership sort of character who was friends with Trump. And I thought this missed its target as well.
I like it. Didn't think it was funny, and I didn't think it was clever.
Shopkins whilst trying to sort of suggest that Trump give him a blowjob?
Well, no, but initially he was trying to discuss the whole gun law situation. So he was trying to get this guy to talk to the Shopkins, therefore making him ridiculous. It's the law, it's the Second Amendment. We have to, we want to... So he's talking to a little Shopkin. You don't want to be in there when the guy has a gun and you don't have a gun. And I could see what he was going for, Sacha Baron. But again, it didn't work. Didn't work at all.
And the character was annoying, and they didn't lampoon the guy. And it just led me to think, because then there was one other section which returned to the conservative in the schoolroom who didn't want to teach children sex education. And it was a bit more of the same, where he was going through an explicit book. He was trying to sort of suggest this explicit book.
Embarrassing.
But again, it was embarrassing, and the guy was kind of all right in his rejection. So there was...
It wasn't even rude.
But it just reminded, I think you said that, when Sacha Baron-Cohen is going for the politics, it's strong.
Yeah.
But when this was just crude for crude's sake.
Yeah, when he's going for something...
He was just trying to shock.
He's just going for shock value. I'm a pedophile, you're a pedophile, I love children, you love children. It was just, what is the point you're trying to...
Well, there's no point,
this man
because I wouldn't have agreed.
Who needed to show up.
No, and also I wouldn't have agreed with what he was suggesting. I wouldn't want my name attached to it. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be called a pedophile, even if you'd given this elaborate description of it. So I think he chose the wrong targets, and then he missed his targets. So this episode for me was a total disaster. So episode 4, Who Was America?
You better impress us.
Give it a miss, because the next one has to be good.
You're only as good as your last episode.
Yeah.
Mind you, not really, because you were really good for the first couple.
No, you were really good for the first 3, but I just think be sure who your targets are, because this was just, it missed them terribly.
And if you need a call us, Sacha. We can give you direct help and direction, can't we, Mark?
Well, yeah, maybe.
We can help you.
Maybe. Move your hand.
Mark.